welcome back to Friday Reads. I'm Jill and I'm here with Julie, and this week we're going to talk about books with a holiday theme or setting.
And all of these books are available upon request at infosoup.org, so if one catches your eye, be sure to put it on hold.
All right, I'm going to get us started with this one, which I thought was very appropriate for the season. It's called 7 Days of Us by Francesca Hornak. This is a book that will be familiar to current times because it's about a family that are stuck together in a quarantine because over the holidays, which I think we can all relate to. Although it's different, it's not coronavirus, of course. One of the daughters comes home and she's been exposed to Ebola or something like that. So it's Christmas, and for the first time in years, the entire Birch family will be under one roof. Even Emma and Andrew's elder daughter, who is usually off saving the world, will be joining them at Wayfield Hall, their aging country estate. But Olivia, a doctor, is only coming home because she has to, having just returned from treating an epidemic abroad. She's been told she must stay in quarantine for a week, and so too must her family. For the next 7 days, the Birches are locked down, cut off from the rest of humanity, and even decent Wi-Fi, and forced into each other's orbits. In close proximity, not much can stay hidden for long, and as revelations and long-held tensions come to light, nothing is more shocking than the unexpected guest who's about to arrive. So that's my first recommendation for some family kind of fun on Christmas and secrets really else.
Some family togetherness. And my first pick is a traditional pick. This is Richard Paul Evans' new book, Noel Street. You are probably familiar with some of his other holiday books, The Christmas Box, The Mistletoe Promise, or The Winter Dream. But the book I chose today is part of his Noel collection. Other books in that series are The Noel Diary and The Noel Stranger. And the premise of this one is the year is 1975. Elle Sheen is a single mom working as a waitress. She's supporting herself and her 6-year-old African-American son Dylan in the small town of Mistletoe, Utah. And she isn't sure what to make of William Smith when his appearance creates a stir in the small town. As their lives unexpectedly entwine, Elle learns that William, a recently returned Vietnam prisoner of war, is not only fighting demons from his past, but may also have the answer to her own secret pain, a revelation that culminates in a remarkable act of love and forgiveness. So sounds like a nice holiday story to read.
Very appropriate. My next one might be a little cheerier. This is Wally Lamb book, Wishing and Hoping. You might be familiar with the author, Wally Lamb. He is #1 New York Times bestselling author of The Hour I First Believed. I know this much is true, and She's Come Undone, which I believe was an Oprah pick. This novella is a Christmas gift to fans of A Christmas Story in nostalgia. It's set in the 1960s with the story of a 5th grader, Felix Funicello, who is related to the famous Musketeer, Annette Funicello. Felix goes to Catholic school, is in the cups of adolescence, so kind of like that boy in the Christmas Story. The main action centers around a Christmas show put on by the Catholic school Felix attends, with much affectionate humor involving the nuns and the other students. It's a quick, light read that's perfect for a busy holiday season. And if you went to Catholic school or grew up in the 60s, you might get a kick out of it.
Check and check. And my second pick is Mr. Dickens and His Carol by Samantha Silva. So Charles Dickens is not feeling the Christmas spirit. His newest book is an utter flop. The critics have turned against him, and his relatives near and far are hounding him for money. While his wife plans a lavish holiday party for their ever-expanding family and circle of friends, Dickens has visions of the poorhouse. But when his publishers try to blackmail him into writing a Christmas book to save them all from financial ruin, he just plain out refuses, and a serious bout of writer's block sets in. Frazzled and filled with self-doubt, he seeks solace in his great palace of thinking, the city of London. On one of his long night walks, he meets the mysterious Eleanor Lovejoy, who might just be the muse he needs. As Dickens' deadlines close in, Eleanor propels him on a Scrooge-like journey that tests everything he believes about generosity, friendship, ambition, and love. And the story he writes will change Christmas forever. So this book is laced with humor, rich historical detail from Charles Dickens' life, and clever nods to his work. So if you're interested in a new take on a cherished classic, this might be the book for you. Some other read-alikes when I looked into this book were A Christmas Garland by Anne Perry and Where the Heart Leads by Stephanie Laurens. This one's going to go home with me, I think. This sounded intriguing to me.
Good. I like writers that have troubles. My next book is a mystery, Christmas mystery. This is by Reese Bowen, who is a very popular mystery writer. This is the 6th book in a series, but it stands on its own with a Christmas plot. It's called The 12 Clues of Christmas. You probably can't read that quite well. It's set in the 1930s. Penniless Lady Georgiana Rannoch finds herself holed with up in her brother's castle in Scotland, facing a bleak Christmas with her penny-pinching sister-in-law and her boring family. Finding herself a job helping to hostess a large house party in Devon, she happily escapes to the quaint village of Tiddletown. All that is going well with the guests enjoying Christmas fare and activities, except the villagers keep dying in a series of unrelated accidents. Ever the amateur sleuth, Georgie tries to puzzle out the connection between the deaths as the police seem to be getting nowhere. This book is a lot of fun for fans of mysteries. It's mixed in the mystery are some strange local village Christmas customs, odd people like Simple Willem and Wild Sal, caroling, parlor games, some romance, and all manner of food and drink to help you get in the mood. And she also includes some recipes, some Christmas recipes in here, so that are included in this story. So this one looked like a lot of fun.
It does look like a fun one. My third pick for today is Royal Holiday by Jasmine Guillory. She's an American romance novelist. In this book, Vivian Forrest has been out of the country a grand total of 1 time, so when she gets the chance to tag along with her daughter Maddie's work trip to England to style a royal family member, she just can't refuse. She's expected to spend the holidays taking in the magnificent British sights, but what she doesn't expect is to become instantly attracted to a certain private secretary, his charming accent, and unyielding formality. Malcolm Hudson has worked for the Queen for years and has never given a personal private tour until now. He is intrigued by Vivian the moment he meets her and finds himself making excuses just to spend time with her. When their flirtatious banter turns into a kiss under the mistletoe, things snowball from there. Despite a ticking timer on their holiday romance, they are completely fine with ending their short affair come New Year's Day. Or are they? This book can be read as a standalone, or you may want to check out the previous books in the Wedding Dates series, which does contain a total of 5 books. So I'll have to read this one to see how that romance turns out.
And this one is also part of a series. It seems to be a thing. It's Silent Bite by David Rosenfeld, and I'll admit I picked it because of the dog. I thought it looked cute. So this is a part of a series that involves lawyer Andy Carpenter and his golden retriever Tara. In this Christmas mystery, these two find out that all is not calm or bright in Silent Bite. Lawyer Andy Carpenter can finally take a breath. He's back on dry land after a family Caribbean cruise forced on him by his wife Lori to get in the Christmas spirit. Of course, the family's first stop is to the Tara Foundation, the dog rescue organization that has always been Andy's true passion. But when Andy arrives, his partner Willie Miller needs his help. Willie's old cellmate, Glenn Anson, has been arrested for murder. Andy doesn't believe in Glenn, but Willie does, and Andy believes in Willie, which is why Andy decides to take the case. Once again, this David Rosenfeld puts readers in the Christmas spirit on a tale that is equal parts mystery and holiday cheer. And I noticed when I was looking into this one, this is like number 22 in this Andy Carpenter mystery series, so if you turn out you like it, there's going to be a lot of other books you can read in the same series with the same guy.
And my fourth pick goes back in time a little bit. I chose John Grisham's Skipping Christmas. This is a book with a little bit of a different twist. Imagine a year without Christmas. No crowded malls, no corny office parties, no fruitcakes, no unwanted presents. So that's just what Luther and Nora Crank have in mind when they decide that just this once they're going to skip the holiday altogether. Theirs will be the only house on Hemlock Street without the rooftop frosty. They won't be hosting their annual Christmas Eve bash, and they aren't even going to buy a tree. They won't need one because come December 25th, they're setting sail on a Caribbean cruise. But this tired couple discovers that skipping Christmas brings enormous consequences, and it isn't half as easy as they imagined it would be. So Skipping Christmas offers a comical look at the chaos and frenzy that have become part of some people's holiday traditions.
I did not realize that Christmas with the Cranks is a movie that I love to watch, and I didn't realize it was based on that.
Based on Skipping Christmas by John Grisham.
That's a great one of my favorites.
Mine too.
Okay, so my next one is, this is a staff pick by Aubrey. Mistletoe and Mr. Wright by Sarah Morgenthaler. It is also the second book in a series, but the series, like the first book, it just takes place in the same place. It's Moose Springs, Alaska, and has different characters. These are like side characters in the first one, so you're not missing anything. This is a story of how the moose almost stole Christmas. Lana Montgomery is everything the quirky small town of Moose Springs, Alaska can't stand. A rich socialite with dreams of changing things for the better. But Lana's determined to prove that she belongs, even if it means trading her stilettos for snow boots and tracking one of the town's hairiest Christmas mysteries. The Santa Moose, an antlered Grinch hell-bent on destroying every bit of holiday cheer and tinsel it can sink its teeth into. And really, how hard can it be? The last few years have been tough on Rick Harding, and it's not getting any easier now that his dream girl's back in town. When Lana accidentally tranquilizes him instead of the Santa Moose, it's clear she needs help fast, and this could be her chance to finally catch her eye. It's an all-out Christmas war, but if they can nab that darn moose before it destroys the town, Rick and Lana might find a place where they can belong together. So, cute little Christmas story, and it's got a very interesting first line. So.
Right, and my last pick for today is The Christmas Town by Donna Van Leer. This author is the New York Times bestselling author of the timeless The Christmas Shoes and The Christmas Hope, so a lot of you are probably familiar with her book. This book is a moving and uplifting story about finding love, hope, and family in unexpected places. So Lauren Gabriel spent many years of her childhood in foster homes, wishing her mother would come back to her and be the family she needed. Now she's 20 years old and she's still longing for a place that she can truly call home. Her work as a cashier is unfulfilling, and at Christmas it's unbearable with all the songs and carols and the chatter of Christmas that she hears throughout the day. When she ends her shift one night, she finds herself driving aimlessly in order to avoid returning home to her lonely apartment. And when she witnesses a car accident, she is suddenly pulled into the small town of Grandin, first as a witness and then as a volunteer for the annual fundraiser for Glory's Place, a center for single moms and families who need assistance. Could this town and the people that she landed near be the home she's always longed for? You'll have to grab a cup of hot cocoa and read this book to find out.
It's like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So, thanks for joining us. We hope you found something that will put you in the holiday mood.
And don't forget to like or share this video to spread the cheer, and comment below with your thoughts on holiday stories. Next week we're going to do a holiday reads also, but we're going to focus on nonfiction books. So, happy reading, everybody.
See you next week. Bye.